Ah, my poor dog. I tell you, it's always something. Now the animal is on medication called cortisone, and it makes him drink a lot of water, and it makes him pee a lot. And it scares me because normally when this dog pees, it's only for a couple seconds, and he does it like sporadically. Now when he pees, it seems like it's forever. The poor guy is probably holding his pee-pee in. Hey, Skeleton. Hey, buddy. My doggy's on medicine again, my friend. And it makes him pee a lot. And it has me worried. Thank you for the like. Skeleton says hi. I would like to start calling you by your first name, if that's alright by you. You don't have to reveal your first name, but if you feel like telling me, I would like to call you by your first name. I was just studying facts. I'm so tired, Skeleton. I may not be able to think of any facts tonight, but I'll listen. I'll listen. So tell me some facts. My poor dog, he's on this medicine called cortisone. And it makes him pee a lot, the poor guy. And I only sleep 6 hours, but he's got to hold that pee-pee in for 6 hours. He'll wake me up if he has to go really bad, but I'm just slightly concerned. Did you see my videos of the rocket blowing up? That was old fuel I used. It was last year's fuel, and I didn't mark the container so good. And the fuel was too powerful for the rocket that I put it in. And both rockets exploded. So, I've been working all day. What is this? A31. This is some weirdo walking his dog around the lake, A31. I live right near a lake. I don't know if you can see it. And I walk my dog around the lake every night. That's what this is, A1. My name is Richard, and I usually come on this time every night, and I talk to Skeleton. He's the guy right before you. And we do quizzes back and forth. And we try to stump each other with real good questions. Yo, blessings, man. You can accomplish whatever you want when you think you can't. Yo. My rockets blew up tonight, man. It was last year's fuel. And I didn't mark the container so well, and the rockets exploded right off the launch pad. No way, immediately got number one just by saying what it is. Yo. So, my handle is Stale Shady, but my name is Richard. And I'm an old man that walks his dog, and he builds fireworks. And I don't know. I live by a lake, and I live in a very rural area, and a lot of my live streams are right next to this river. And I don't know. Oftentimes, Skeleton, that my subscriber that was right before you, we go back and forth with trivia questions. And the trivias are pretty good questions because you kind of got to have half a brain to be able to answer these questions. Are you certified pyrotechnician? Just a hobby. Nah, just a hobby. I never got my BTAF license. It's just a hobby, but I consider myself pretty good. I consider myself pretty good, man. I make whistle strobe rockets. I have all the tooling. I make up to 8-inch shells. I have 8-inch mortar, 6-inch mortar, 4-inch mortar. I put some of my shells, I put headings on some of my whistle strobe rockets. I'm very proud of my work. I have all the chemicals that any pyrotechnician might want, and I'm very proud of my work. I've always wanted to learn, but knew where to get the advice. Well, if you watch my channel, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Oftentimes I live stream and I want people to ask me questions. I made a lot of black powder lately in my ball mills. I made quite a few rockets. I made devices called tourbillons. I made pinwheels lately. And I've been setting them all off. But I would love to answer any pyrotechnician questions because I'm pretty good in that field. At least I think I am. If you watch some of my videos, you'd be impressed. Especially some of them big rockets. There, I turned on a light. Now you can really see how ugly I am. So, and since it's closer to 4th of July, man, I figured I'd start the hobby back up, and because I gave it a break for a while. Where I live, even though it's a rural area, it's kind of like a retirement community, and the people get really scared when I light off big rockets and big shells and stuff. And but since it's near the 4th of July, I think I'll get away with it. Because a lot of people, fireworks are legal in Pennsylvania now. That's where I live, Pennsylvania. And even though I make my own and mine are bigger than the kind you could buy at the store, I should be able to blend right in this year. I should be able to fit right into the mix. And nobody will know that my pyro is bigger than the average. If you watch some of my videos, I think you'd be impressed. I seen your fireworks stuff and impressive, kind of motivated me to look more into it. Oh man, well, I hope you do get motivated, and I hope you tune into my live streams, and I'll remember you. OG sodium, sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate. And I would teach you anything you want to know. I love teaching people how to do things. The first thing you're going to have to learn is you're going to have to learn how to make good black powder. So you're either going to have to buy a ball mill or do what I did and modify rock tumblers and turn them into ball mills. And then you got to make black powder. SO from Texas too. And once you make the black powder, then you're ahead of the game there, because most fireworks consist of black powder. And then I'll teach you how to make stars and burst charges and flash powder and all the good stuff. How to make shells, how to make mines, how to make drivers. Drivers is just another name for rocket motors. But drivers, you can put them on like pinwheels, or you could put them on anything to spin things around. But I would love to teach you OG sodium, because I really love teaching people. Watch some of my old videos. I think you'd really be impressed. The old ones you have to watch because they were all... I can make the big ones again, But like I said, I live in like this retirement community. When I did all those old rocket videos and all them big ones, I had to take a walk down to these power lines that are near my house. And that's not near anybody's property. So this way, when I made the loud explosions, nobody can point the finger at me like they always used to. Even when I was a little kid, when something would blow up in my neighborhood, my phone would ring. Like say like an electrical transformer blew up. Had nothing to do with me, but my phone would ring. Are you up to making bombs again, Richard? No, that time it wasn't me. Well, I'm going to put a cap in your butt because you just gave my dog a heart attack. I told you it wasn't me. Maybe some transformer blew up. And that was the story of my life. Every time there was an explosion in the neighborhood, my phone would ring. It's the truth. Neutron stars are so dense that a teaspoon... I already know this, skeleton. A teaspoon weighs about the same as Mount Everest. Did you say that? Let me see if material would weigh tons on Earth, and there are rogue planets wandering through space. Yes, there are rogue planets wandering through space. They probably got kicked out of orbit. They probably kicked out of their orbit of their star, and they're wandering through space. But any rogue planet is probably super, super cold because it doesn't have a star to keep it warm anymore. See this OG Sodium, me and Skeleton over here? We go back and forth with astronomical questions, and he tries to stump me, I try to stump him. And this kid's only 9 years old, but I'm going to start calling him Professor because that's how smart this kid is. You could ask him anything. Ask him how fast the speed of light is, I'll tell you. Ask him how far away the moon is from Earth. This 9-year-old will tell you. Ask him how far the sun away is from Earth. This 9-year-old professor will tell you. This kid must have been is in the top of his class. I'm walking in the trees. I appreciate the help, but I hope to do great things, man. Well, listen, if I will help you, but if you are serious and you want to do it, I could just tell you websites and stuff you can go to where you could buy all the tools and buy all the chemicals you need. Websites like Skylighters, websites like Fireworks Cookbook. They give firework recipes for free. You don't have to pay a dime. And you don't need a special license. They'll ship you all the chemicals you want. And you could buy fuse and tubes and shell casings, Hemis, canister shells. They got everything. Craft paper. Anything you could possibly think of to make fireworks. Fireworks Cookbook has it. And so does Skylighters. Fireworks Cookbook's a little cheaper though. And you don't need a special license. They'll have it right at your front door in a couple days. And what I do like about Skylighters though, that one website, is you can call them up and you could ask them questions. I used to do that all the time. But then I don't need to do that anymore. I studied all this on my own. And I'm not that nobody knows everything, but I do know a lot about it. So if it ever comes to the point in time where you think you want to get serious about it, I'd be more than glad to help you out with it. I'm definitely going to do a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to do some finish work tomorrow and on the 4th. I got most of my drivers and a lot of my fireworks already made up. I just got to put them on the set pieces now. So it's all finish work. Whenever you talk about finish work in any business, that's the fun part. In construction, finish work is fun. In plumbing, finish work is fun. Because you already have everything ready to go. And all you got to do is do the finish work. That's why they call it finish work. So what's Skeleton say? I have to continue studying and don't have any more facts. Well, maybe next time, Skeleton, because I'm kind of beat anyway. My brain's tired. I've been up since 6:30 this morning. I'm trying to rush to get all my fireworks ready. And did you see my rockets blow up, Skeleton? I made 2 rockets and they both KO'd. Catastrophe upon takeoff is the acronym for KATO. And that's one thing you'll learn if you become a pyrotechnician. KATO. Catastrophe upon takeoff. And you don't want that. You want your rockets to do great. You don't want KATOs. So, yeah, I hear you, my man. I like to call you by your first name someday if you feel like revealing it. But I'll call you Skeleton too. You don't have to, but I like, since you're one of my main subscribers, I like calling my subscribers by their first name. I took your advice and made one with my family. I worked. I took your advice and made one what? Are you making fireworks? You're 9 years old. You're not so. If you make fireworks, make sure mom and dad are watching. I don't want you blowing your fingers off. I got kicked out of a hobby shop when I was your age. I went into the hobby shop and tried to buy the 3 ingredients for black powder. First I said I want potassium nitrate, and the guy put potassium nitrate on the counter. And then I said I want charcoal. And then the counter dude shook his head. He put the potassium nitrate back in stock and kicked me out of the hobby shop. Said, "Get out of here, young man. I don't want to be responsible for some kid blowing his fingers off." I did that when I was your age. So that's how long I've been into this. I'm 64 now, and I've been playing with fireworks all these years. So I do know a little. Like I said, nobody knows everything. But when it comes to fireworks, I am quite knowledgeable. So I don't know what else to say. Thank you for the likes, you guys. My mom got the materials. Oh, your mom got the materials. So we are talking about fireworks then. You're going to have to get potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur. You're going to have to make black powder. Then you're going to have to get a rock tumbler and modify it to be a ball mill. I'll tell you how to do all that. Without a ball mill, making black powder is very difficult. You could run it through a 100 mesh screen 3 times. They sell screens to mix chemicals, and 100 mesh has 100 mesh has 100 holes per square inch. And you can make black powder by running the chemicals 3 times through a 100 mesh screen, but that takes forever. Your fingers will be sore, and the black powder is not as good as if you were to do it in the ball mill. So get one of them rock tumblers, and I'll tell you how to modify it to turn it into a ball mill. Whip up a couple batches of black powder, and I'll tell you what to do with it once you get it. Just don't let anybody smoke around you when you're playing with that stuff. Like I had one friend have a cigarette hanging out of his mouth while he's playing with like 2 pounds of black powder. Dude has a death wish. First of all, you got a death wish if you smoke cigarettes. And then if you smoke cigarettes around black powder, then you really got a death wish. So I used to yell at him. I'm like, "Are you nuts? Smoke behind the shed. Smoke before you play with the black powder. Don't have a cigarette hanging out your mouth while you're sifting black powder, dude. You're going to blow me up. If you blow you up, that's one thing. But if you blow me up, I'll come back and haunt you." I looked at the YouTube tutorial, and I don't know where those are on. I'm trying to think of a way I could solve your problem. I know what I'll do. I'll write it down, or I'll do something where You can get rock tumblers at almost anywhere. I got mine at Harbor Freight. I got my rock tumblers at Harbor Freight. They were like $70 a piece. I bought 5 of them. And then once you get the rock tumblers, then you got to modify them a little bit. But I'll tell you how to do that. First, get the rock tumbler. Rock tumblers are them things hobbyists use to polish stones. And you modify the rock tumbler into a ball mill. They actually sell ball mills, but they're expensive, and you don't want to invest in that yet. If you get real interested in the hobby, then you might want to invest in a real ball mill. I never did. I got 5 rock tumblers, and that's enough for me to make 2 pounds of black powder per run. And if I could do 2 runs a day, so I can make 4 pounds of black powder in one day. And that's enough for me. You know, it's all I need. But some people build their own ball mills. They have plans to build them. Some people buy them. But the bottom line is you're going to need a ball mill to make black powder, bottom line. And I'm gonna write all this stuff down. I'll take pictures of my ball mills so you know what they look like. And we'll take it from there. Go to Skylighter's website and look through their website. They have free tutorials. Skylighter, Skylighter, Skylighter. Go to their website. They have free tutorials. You could learn enough off their free tutorials to keep you busy for a year. Study them, because you're a smart person, Skeleton. And you'll figure this stuff out real quick. Just pay attention to all the safety protocol, because I don't want my young friend to get hurt, because you're important to me. And you'll get it. So I'm looking forward to the 4th of July. It's only 2 days away, and they're calling for low humidity and sunshine. Low humidity is important in fireworking, because if you have real high humidity, all your stuff gets all gummed up. You know, I'm getting disconnected. I got disconnected, sorry. Listen, I'm back at the house. Richard's back. Let me just show you what ball mills look like. Mine are still out. Rock tumblers. Barrels aren't on them. I'll go in the tomorrow. I'll talk about ball mills, and I'll talk about how you mix the potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur. I'll make a big long live stream out of it, because to be a pyrotechnician, you got to know how to make black powder. That's all there is to it. No way of getting around it. You got to know how to make black powder. So when I live stream tomorrow, we'll go into details. I'll do it just for you. And see where that goes. You know what I'm saying, my friend? All right, Richard's home. Richard's home. Doghouse. Richard's home. I am going to live stream more during the day like I used to, everybody. But the 4th of July has been keeping me really busy. So probably as soon as the 4th is over, I'll go back to my normal gig where I talk to you guys and all that, and we just talk about anything. But I've been really busy with the 4th of July, and I've been slacking on the daytime live streams, you guys. So I promise, and I always keep my promises. We'll get it together. So, all right, I'm going to hang up, you guys. Richard loves you. Be safe. Know that you're appreciated. And I'll talk to you real soon.